malicious backdoor found in popular Linux distributions. Recently, I saw some videos, bringing to my attention that a serious issue is affecting Linux users as of right now. For those of you who have not heard, there has been a serious security flaw discovered in the Utils program, which is a special program for compressing and decompressing files and packages in the Linux operating system. Any distribution which uses this is potentially affected by this backdoor, although I am aware that patches are already being rolled out to Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Debian, and other popular distros, which means that any distro based on the above-mentioned should also get a patch within the next week or two. Now, you might be wondering, is open source less secure, since everyone can look at the code and modify it? It's not a simple or straightforward answer, and there are many factors to consider. This backdoor has actually been lurking for quite some time. It was only recently when a few popular YouTubers made this topic go viral that I also became aware, and as I am a full-time Linux user, I have to make sure I am not running a system which has a backdoor or malicious code, as that literally defeats the purpose of using a free and open source OS. Linux is no more secure than Windows. The myth that Linux is way more secure than Windows is a load of shit. Linux can easily be infected, spoofed, have malicious code or backdoors, etc. It's much harder to accomplish this with Linux though, because for one, many study and modify the code base constantly and consistently. Secondly, much of the software in Linux comes from repositories or package managers. You don't need to manually go and download software. However, for some software, you still are required to download it from the web. And thirdly, Linux does have built-in security measures to help better protect it from malware, such as needing root privileges to install, remove, or update software, and most software in Linux is not auto-executable, so for malware to really wreak havoc on Linux, you would first have to grant it permission to do so, and then you would have to allow the program to run as executable. Most software in Linux is not in the form of a .exe file. It usually comes as a package installer, or you run some commands to fetch and install the app from its official sources, so while it's much more difficult to get malware on Linux, it certainly is not impossible, but backdoors are a completely different thing. They can be seen as both good and bad, and hey, you're complaining about Linux having a backdoor, why are you not worried about Microsoft, Apple, or Google having a backdoor to your device? Windows has been proven to have backdoors installed by Microsoft. Macs also have a backdoor which grants Apple complete and total control over your system. Android and Chrome OS have backdoors which allow Google to spy on you even more. These backdoors grant them complete and total control over your system, regardless of the version you use. So much so that Microsoft can even kill your computer if they think you're sharing non-mainstream media, which I cannot say is a tried and true fact, but it's not hard to also think that Microsoft could do this, if they really wanted to, but I don't think sharing non-mainstream media is a valid reason to start killing people's computers. Nor would I even believe that Microsoft would kill your PC just because you were found to have non-mainstream media on it. This sounds like a bullshit conspiracy theory which clearly needs debunking, but I have made a video covering the secret kill switch embedded into all Windows computers. I have plans on making a video showing the dark side of Apple's computers too, or at least in the near future. Just wait till you see the kill switch Mac OS has. So, should you be worried about this flaw? It really depends. If you're using a distribution of Linux which is not known to be affected by this security flaw, then you should be okay. But if you are using a distro which is affected, I strongly recommend you update all your software as soon as possible. Update everything on your system. Patches are already being rolled out to distributions affected by this serious issue. You would be stupid not to apply these crucial updates, so if you are affected, not only should you update your system, you should also read up on this security flaw in Linux, and see what you can do to prevent it from taking advantage of your system, and nobody should have to deal with backdoors in free and open source software. But the hackers are gonna do what hackers are gonna do, and now you're gonna tell me that Linux is more secure than Windows. Oh please, don't give me that bullshit. This is living proof that Linux is actually not as secure as most people assume. So anyone that thinks Linux is bulletproof needs to watch this video a few times over. Anyway, that's it for this video folks. Please let me know if you know anything about the backdoor issue on Linux, and also feel free to post any suggestions you have as to fixing this issue. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next video. Bye for now.